What you take in has an effect on what you put out into the world, and sometimes you need some life-affirming, soul energy-inducing content. Some fuel for the soul. Now, I would never advocate for eliminating things that you love, but there are times when I need positivity, and the content that I'm consuming just isn't building that up. I want to review the benefits of going on a content diet, what that even means, and when I know that it's done and it's time to go back to some of the other content that I really love that maybe wasn't giving me what I needed at the time, but I'm ready to dip my toe back in. So let's talk about it. When the lockdowns during the pandemic started, I was already wearing a mask when I left the house. My wife has illnesses, and so to protect our home, I was taking precautions as soon as I knew I needed to. The world is already pretty negative, but man, the pandemic seemed to light that negativity on fire. And then my state actually caught on fire. It wasn't bad enough have the masks and the fear of catching something that could potentially kill my wife, but then the fires were so bad in our area. We had the worst air quality in the world for like a week. It was ridiculous. It was so bad we couldn't even really go outside, and just being inside our house, our eyes would start burning. We also had a record heat that summer, so we had the pandemic, and then we had the crazy ass fires, and then we had 115 degree weather, which broke a record, and then the next day was 116, which broke another record, which was set by the previous day. So it was a bit much. Animal Crossing helped kind of keep our family together. It kept us laughing through all that nightmare stuff that was happening. I needed something wholesome to fill me up with positivity as the world went insane and bought up all our toilet paper. I don't know if you remember that. The pandemic was basically the very first month or so as everyone afraid that there was no toilet paper. I needed something that would not push back in the way the games I usually play do. And, mosh pit. Let's change to, how about this one? Mosh pit! I need some other villagers in here. I needed a dog to sing to me weekly in the town square, and I needed to collect records and play them through my little house and all around town. Like, all that stuff was just so much what we all needed, I think, the whole family. There we go. I'm a sheep. I needed to shoot down balloons that had little packages. I needed to go fishing. See? Catching a tilapia makes me happier. I needed to garden all of my different vegetable types and flowers. I needed to pick some weeds, some virtual weeds in-game to clean up my little place and keep it nice. I need to hold little virtual wrestling matches with my villagers. All the things that were just wholesome and happy and keeping me fulfilled, including more metal. And even when it was storming in-game, it was still more pleasant than some of the mess that was happening out in the world. And it still made me smile every single day. One thing I'd hate to do in real life is pick weeds, but then in this game, the satisfaction of keep getting your area all cleaned up and weed free was something I truly enjoyed. You think I look like OddDustin? Oh, it is you. Next time, run off on secret stupid fitness camp and forget me. I haven't been in this game in a long time. Welcome back. Thanks, Stinky. Oh my god. He's got his power drinks over here in the corner and his fitness powder. And this bell, I think I can ring that. That judge's bell catch your eye, pretty sweet, ain't it? You can come in here and you can work out with your villagers. And just this bit of exercise is enough for me, okay? Can also go and visit my mom's island because my mom was playing as well, and that was always fun to go to everyone's island and hang out. It was just a positivity overload, and I needed that to escape from the burning eyes and burning world that was the pandemic. My wife and I have taken content diets at times where we consume funny, wholesome, or just pleasant content instead of watching news or horror movies or some heavy drama. Like we put ourselves on a diet when we need to lighten our mood. These little guys with their little hippity hops. Oh my god. We both love horror movies and I love dark games that kind of kick my butt sideways. But when the world of our emotions get heavy, instead of piling it on and getting more weighed down, we limit the consumption of anything that isn't on the diet. We take out the trash and bring in some pleasantness. Don't let the thunder cracks in the background fool you. That's my happy place. I moved up to the Pacific Northwest to get into the rain and get out of the sun. I was tired of getting burnt. So this rain is actually everything that keeps all the plants green. Now, as a counter to what we do with our diets, there have been studies on things. Some may consider aggressive or negative content like heavy metal or dark video games with lots of killing and dark themes, horror movies, etc., those kinds of things. These things can be looked on by the ignorant as just plain bad things and they have no redeemable qualities and cause major harm in our society. But the proof of the studies have found just the opposite. In fact, when I need to unwind or release stress, and sometimes when I need to focus and kind of get a project done, nothing is better for me than heavy metal. And there have been a bunch of studies on violent video games and whether they're positive or negative and what kind of effect they have on children and adults. And they've found that there's actually quite a bit of positivity that comes from playing video games and listening to heavy metal. So a content diet is not necessarily a category of content, but a feeling you get from consuming it. If a thing's going to weigh you down, make you feel more stress, and not bring relief or enjoyment you usually get from it, maybe it's time to take a break from that. Get some rest. Consume light, more meditative content, things that fill you up. Sometimes, life can become draining. Sometimes you need to get in the trees and touch grass. Sometimes you need to laugh a little bit. Sometimes you just need to watch a cartoon movie by Disney to make you smile. You never know what's going to be, your content diet of choice. And when's the right time to step back into that? When you feel like you've had your fill and you're creatively filled up. Maybe you're ready to get back into the dark side and watch a horror movie. Maybe you're ready to put away the Jason Mraz. Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. And start listening to Slayer. It's something you have to feel for yourself. I don't think we need to stay in our self-concerned, apathetic, little happy bubble where we signal boost our own beliefs and never leave the comfort of our cozy little hideout. Sometimes we gotta get out here into the open waters and re-experience our lives. See what we can find. I do think eventually we need to leave our happy, cozy, and embrace the dark, malignant. Even when it's that cute. Oh my god, look how adorable I am. Finally lost my mind. I could swear I see OddDustin in front of me. Is it really real looking mirage too? Like super real, even kind of smells real. Fart sniff. Why you call me a fart sniff? Too bad it's a mirage though. It'd rock to have OddDustin back. I miss him. The Thing is one of my favorite movies of all time, and if I want to get spooky, get my creep on, it never disappoints. I would not deny myself the enjoyment of seeing that movie and all its John Carpenter goodness. So eventually I know I got to get my blood pumping and get a few jump scares in my life. Or maybe I've done enough, farming and talking to neighbors, and it's time to take on a mutated beast in Elden Ring. And, to be honest, even on my content diet, I never stop listening to heavy metal. It's my happy place. Sometimes I want to get spooky and get dark. The content may be something that didn't feed me when I was feeling negative, but now that I'm feeling a little bit better, I'm okay to take on a dinosaur movie where people get eaten. Or maybe a movie about the world ending. That kind of thing. You never know what kind of content might be what you need at the time, and sometimes getting scared is what I need at the time. Need something, honky? What's the latest? Fossils are so cool. I wish I were a fossil. That would rock so hard. Yeah, Antonio likes to rock hard, and I like it. Rock out, bro. All this to say is, you know when you know. Just be aware of yourself that you're not hiding from some excitement at the cost of your own safety. Sometimes we need a little danger in our lives. We need to take the edge and go right up to it. And if that for you is watching the news and you need to take a break from a month of crochet videos on YouTube, then maybe it's time to step back into it. I don't know, that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. What kind of content diets are you on? Have you done this? Do you just non-stop purge yourself of all Facebook entries and you never go on any social media? What is it that you do that is a content diet for you? And when you're ready to go back in, what's your poison of choice, as it were? Let me know down in the comments below. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you hanging out. Throw a like on the video if you liked it. And if you want to see more things like this, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video.